At 1 a.m., Daiki's sleep shattered under the weight of a desperate knocking. He stumbled through the dark, the sound growing more frantic with each step.
Please, someone open the door.
Who could it be at this hour?
He cracked the door open. His new neighbor, Mizuki, stood under the flickering hallway light, her face streaked with tears.
Can I sleep here tonight? Just for tonight.
What happened?
She clutched a torn wedding invitation against her chest, her knuckles white.
My engagement, it's over. I can't go home. Please.
His brain screamed to ask more, but her trembling form broke through his hesitation. She stumbled onto his couch, a crumpled figure of silk and ruin.
He was with my sister. The rehearsal, I saw them.
My quiet life just crashed into someone else's nightmare.
Daiki pulled a blanket from the closet, draping it over her shaking shoulders. She whispered something unintelligible, then fell into an exhausted silence. He stood there, wide awake, the torn invitation lying where she'd dropped it. A date, a venue, 2 names, canceled with a jagged rip down the center.
What kind of mess did she bring to my doorstep?
Sinking into a chair, he watched her sleep, the lamp casting shadows on her tear-stained cheeks. Back in his bed, sleep refused to come. When dawn bled through the blinds, she hadn't moved. Daiki tiptoed to the kitchen, 1,000 questions simmering in his mind. The couch was empty, the blanket folded with precision. On the kitchen table, a plate of rolled eggs and a note written on a torn page. Sorry for last night. Thank you for the blanket. I'll come back later to explain. Mizuki.
Explain? I don't even know her last name.
At his desk, numbers blurred. His mind circled the torn invitation.
You've been staring at that same cell for 10 minutes. Bad date?
Something like that.
Wait, was that the woman I saw leaving your apartment this morning? She looked elegant?
You saw her? Did she say anything?
Just smiled weakly and hurried off. Friend of yours?
Why did she leave without a word? And why am I this concerned over a stranger?
When he returned home, the scent of miso and soy sauce seeped through the door. Mizuki stood in his small kitchen, an apron over her cardigan, stirring a pot.
You came back.
I owed you a proper thank you, and an explanation.
Over homemade nikujaga, the words finally spilled out.
The rehearsal was yesterday. I walked in, and my fiancé was with my younger sister in the dressing room. I tore the invitation and ran. All the venue paperwork is at my parents' house, so I can't go back.
Her sister? That's brutal.
Can I keep dropping by? Just for a while. I don't have anyone else.
Yeah, of course. As long as you need.
A spare key glinted on the table, heavier than any ring. Days blurred. The spare key turned daily, leaving traces in his fridge. Each morning, a handwritten note and a meal he never asked for.
You've been eating well lately. That neighbor keeps feeding you?
She's just being polite.
Polite? Dude, she looks familiar. I swear I've seen her somewhere.
Familiar? From where? She's just a neighbor, isn't she?
That night, Daiki typed her name into every search bar, but the internet returned nothing. A void where a person should be. It only deepened the unease.
Daiki, I made too much Odin. Mind if I leave some?
You don't have to ask every time. Just come in.
They ate with a quiet closeness, the television murmuring in the background. After she left, he reached under the coffee table for a dropped napkin and touched paper. An elegant cream invitation, gold embossing catching the light. The Hoshino Hotel Group cordially invites you. Mizuki Hoshino, director's daughter.
Mizuki? Hoshino? As in the hotel empire? The girl sobbing on my couch owns half the city?
He slid the paper into his desk drawer, the wood groaning shut.
You look like a ghost. What's going on?
Just didn't sleep well.
Wait, I knew she looked familiar. She's the Hoshino heiress. I saw her on this magazine cover last year.
So it's true. The hotel heiress was sobbing on my couch.
Why would someone like that be living next to you? She's got to be hiding something.
That evening, Daiki waited in the dark, but the door never opened. In the drawer, the invitation burned like a lie. 2 days passed. Kenta showed up at Daiki's door with a six-pack and a smirk.
Thought you could use some company. Also, check this out.
The cover screamed, Hoshino Harris wedding scandal. Exclusive photos inside.
She's on the cover. The whole country knows.
She's the real deal. Her family runs the Hoshino chain. Billions.
I saw the invitation, so I guessed.
And you still let her crash here? Dude, what if her family gets involved?
He's right. But she was crying on my couch. She needed someone.
When Mizuki knocked later, Daiki called through the door.
Daiki? I brought Okazuke. Are you sick?
Sorry, just a cold. Maybe tomorrow.
Her footsteps retreated slower than usual, a soft shuffling on the stairs. The next evening, the same, and the one after. His fridge emptied of her cooking. In its place, a sticky note clung to his door. Did I do something wrong? I'm sorry if I overstepped. M.
She thinks she's the problem, and I'm too scared to open the door.
He folded the note carefully, tucking it into the drawer atop the invitation.
I miss her. Her laugh, her random Odin, the way she says my name.
At work, Kenta watched him push food around his plate.
You've been dodging her, haven't you? Just ask her the real question.
Ask what? Hey, are you secretly a billionaire and why did you lie? Sure, great idea.
Exactly. Better than ghosting her. She's out there blaming herself.
That night, Daiki stared at his phone, her contact saved only as neighbor. The screen stayed dark. At midnight, the knock Daiki had been dreading shattered the silence.
Open the door, Daiki. I know you're not sick.
He hesitated, then unlocked it. She stood there, eyes red but fierce.
You've been avoiding me. For days. What did I do?
She's trembling. This is my fault. It's not you. I saw the invitation. And the magazine. I know you're Mizuki Hoshino.
You know. So that's why. You think I'm a liar.
He didn't deny it. The silence was answer enough.
I didn't want you to know. I just wanted to be normal. Just a neighbor.
But why the engagement? Why the crying? Who was he really?
It was a contract. My father arranged it with an actor named Toshiro to satisfy the board. I went along with it because I had no choice.
The words hung in the air, heavy and jagged.
Then I found him with my sister Yui. He actually fell for her. I was just a contract, just a piece of paper.
She wasn't just jilted, she was used.
I ran. I couldn't face my family. I couldn't go back. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I was so ashamed.
Ashamed? You're the heiress, and you knocked on my door at midnight.
Because I had nowhere else. And because you looked safe.
Safe. Nobody's ever called me safe.
Something in him broke. He stepped forward and pulled her into his arms.
Can I stay? Just for tonight, please.
Yeah, you can stay.
They stayed like that, the torn invitation somewhere on the floor, forgotten for now. 2 quiet days passed. Mizuki went to work, but the apartment held its breath. On Thursday evening, a knock, smaller, more frantic than Mizuki's.
Who is it?
I'm Yui Hoshino. Is my sister here?
The sister. The one who started this.
Before he could answer, Mizuki's voice cut from behind.
Yui, what are you doing here?
I had to see you. I'm so sorry. Toshiro and we didn't mean for it to happen.
Didn't mean to? You were in the dressing room with my contracted fiancé.
I love him, and he loves me. Father found out he's threatening to cut you off.
So you came to warn me? Or to hide?
Both. I have nowhere to go. He might disown us both.
This is getting ugly fast.
Silence stretched like a wire about to snap.
One night. Then you leave.
Yui nodded, a fragile bob of her head, and and sank onto the couch.
Don't expect my forgiveness.
I know. I don't deserve it.
Daiki retreated to the kitchen, the sisters' silence heavier than any argument.
This apartment is suddenly too small for all this pain.
Later, he found Mizuki on the balcony, staring into the night.
She took everything, and now she needs my help.
You're a better person than I would be.
Inside, Yui slept fitfully on the couch, and the night passed with no peace. Morning came too soon. Yui stood at the door, bag in hand, eyes swollen.
I'll go. Thank you for letting me stay.
Did you tell father where I am?
No, but he'll find out anyway. He's furious.
Yui left without another word, the door clicking shut like a period. Mizuki sank onto the couch and buried her face in her hands.
You did the right thing, letting her stay.
She's my sister. I hate her, but I can't abandon her.
That's what family is, I guess.
Daiki, thank you for everything.
Before he could respond, she leaned in and kissed him, soft, trembling.
I'm sorry. That was inappropriate.
She kissed me, and my heart is racing.
He barely had time to process when a pounding shook the door. Daiki opened it to find a man in a jacket, handsome but cold.
Where's Mizuki? We have unfinished business.
Toshiro, what do you want?
The press is on the contract story. I need 5 million yen to make it go away. Or I'll talk.
She's not giving you anything.
Stay out of this, kid. This is between me and her.
Daiki grabbed his collar and shoved him into the hallway floor.
If you come near her again, I'll make sure the press learns who really broke the contract. Get out.
Toshiro scrambled to his feet and fled, his threats swallowed by the stairwell.
He'll be back. This won't stop.
Then I'll be here. Let him come.
An hour later, with shaking fingers, Mizuki dialed her father's number.
Father, it's Mizuki. I need to explain.
Explain? You've ruined everything. The board is in an uproar. You are no longer my daughter.
Please, don't.
The line went dead, and with it, her entire past. She crumpled forward, sobs tearing through the silence.
I'm here. You're not alone. You'll never be alone again.
The next morning, another knock. Yui stood in the doorway, a single suitcase at her feet, eyes red but resolute.
I broke up with Toshiro. He was just using me to get to the family money. I'm so sorry.
You? Broke up with him?
I should never have trusted him. Please, let me make it right. I want my sister back.
For a long moment, the sisters just looked at each other. Then Mizuki opened her arms.
I've missed you, Yui. Even when I hated you.
Daiki slipped away to give them privacy, his heart full but heavy. Later, on the balcony, they talked about the future, a future with no Hoshino name, no safety net.
The press will dig. Eventually they'll find me here. I can't put you through that.
Then we'll face it. I didn't run from Toshiro. I won't run from this.
Why? Why do all this for me?
He wanted to say it, the 3 words burning on his lips, but he just took her hand.
Because you're someone worth protecting.
And so they built a fragile world within these 4 walls, close enough to touch, yet holding back the words that would change everything. A week later, a journalist lurked outside the apartment building. He asked a neighbor about the Hoshino heiress, and soon, gossip rippled through the floors. That evening, Daiki found Mizuki's suitcase by the door, her face pale.
I saw the reporter. They'll dig until they destroy you. I have to go.
Go where? You have nowhere.
Anywhere but here. I can't be the reason your life falls apart.
She's leaving to protect me, but that won't protect my heart. You're not a burden. You're the reason I get up in the morning.
Daiki.
He stepped closer, his voice trembling with the words he'd held back for too long.
I love you, Mizuki. Not the heiress, not the scandal. You.
I love you too. I think I have since that first night.
And this time, when she kissed him, He kissed back with all the force of his confession. They were a couple now, fragile but real. Next day, at work, Kenta cornered him at the water cooler.
Dude, I saw the news. The Hoshino heiress is wanted for questioning about the contract fraud. Is she still at your place?
She's not hiding. She's my girlfriend.
Girlfriend? Are you insane? Your job, your reputation.
Then I'll find a new job. She's worth it.
The boss overheard and frowned, but Daiki didn't flinch. That night, on the couch, Mizuki traced circles on his hand.
Daiki, sometimes I wish we could just... She stopped, her gaze dropping to her lap. Never mind.
The next morning, the bed was cold. On the pillow, a single note written in her elegant script. I'm going to settle this with my father. Don't follow me. Thank you for everything. Mizuki.
She's gone, and I know exactly where.
He snatched his phone and dialed Yui.
Yui, where would Mizuki go to face your father?
The headquarters. She's going to sign a settlement. Daiki, don't let her.
He didn't wait for the rest. He was already running. The Hoshino Hotel headquarters rose like a monument to everything she had fled. He pushed past a startled receptionist asking only for the director's meeting room. A security guard stepped forward, but Daiki sidestepped him and ran for the stairs. The conference room doors burst open, inside, and long table, lawyers, and at its head, Mizuki, pen trembling over a document.
Mizuki, don't sign that.
Cut the theatrics. Who is this boy?
I'm the man who loves her, and I'm going to marry her with or without your permission.
The room went silent. Even the lawyers stopped shuffling papers.
Mary? You're a nobody. She'll lose everything if she doesn't sign.
She never needed your empire. She just needed someone to choose her. I choose her.
Daiki, I can't ask you to throw everything away.
You're not asking. I'm offering. Come with me.
If you walk out that door, you're dead to me. No inheritance, no name.
I already lost my name when you sold me to an actor. I choose Daiki.
She took his hand, and together they walked out, past the stunned lawyers, past the cold glare of her father. Outside the towering hotel, under the gray sky, she crumpled into his arms.
What do we do now?
We go home, and we figure it out. Together.
They stumbled through the apartment door, the weight of the day crashing down.
He really disowned me. I thought I'd feel free, but I just feel empty.
Then we'll fill that emptiness with something real.
Mizuki pulled back slightly, her eyes searching his. Then she knelt.
Daiki, I brought this with me the night I first came here. I was going to tear it up, but will you be my real one? No contracts, no acting, just us.
She's asking me to marry her. Right here, after everything.
He lowered himself to his knees, their faces level, the form trembling between them.
Yes. 1,000 times yes.
From the doorway, Yui let out a choked sob, her hand pressed to her mouth.
You guys, I'm so happy.
Mizuki laughed through her tears, pulling Yui into their huddle.
We need to fill this out, right now.
They crowded around the coffee table, the form spread before them, a pen in Daiki's hand.
Right, Daiki and Mizuki. No Hoshino, just us.
He filled in the names, each stroke a promise. When he finished, Mizuki added her name beside his, her handwriting shaky but certain.
Tomorrow morning, we go to the city office. No waiting.
I've waited my whole life for something real. I'm not waiting anymore.
They fell asleep on the couch, curled together, the registration form safe on the shelf. And outside the apartment, the torn wedding invitation lay forgotten in the trash, but its shadow would become the foundation of something new. Morning light flooded the apartment, the registration form still resting on the shelf like a promise.
Today's the day. I'm nervous and I can't stop smiling.
Me too. Let's go before we lose our nerve.
They dressed quickly, Mizuki in a simple cream dress, Daiki in his best shirt. At the city office, the clerk smiled warmly as they handed over the completed form. Everything is in order. You're now officially married. The stamp came down with a definitive thud.
We did it, Daiki. We actually did it.
We did. Now it's really real.
Outside the office, a camera flash blinded them. It's the Hoshino heiress, a paparazzo yelled.
Ignore him. He's nothing. Let's go home.
They walked past him, hands clasped, as if the world had suddenly shrunk to just the two of them. On the way home, they didn't speak, they didn't need to. Their intertwined fingers said everything. But as they turned onto their street, a dark-suited figure blocked their path, Mizuki's father.
Mizuki, so you actually married this? Nobody. You've destroyed our family name.
I didn't destroy it. You tried to sell me for a contract. I'm free now.
Without the Hoshino name, you're nothing. This boy will abandon you.
I'm not abandoning her. We're already married. Deal with it.
We don't need your money or your name. We have each other.
The father's face twitched, the mask of authority cracking. For the first time, he looked defeated.
Fine. Live in your fantasy. Don't expect a single yen.
I never needed your yen. Goodbye, father.
Without looking back, he disappeared around the corner. The air felt lighter.
Let's go home. Our home.
Hand in hand, they walked into the building, the door closing gently behind them. Their new life beginning. A month had passed, and the apartment was no longer just Daiki's. It was theirs. Mizuki found work at a small cafe, where her smile drew regulars and her cardigan was replaced by an apron.
Smells amazing in here. Should I order, or does the owner share leftovers?
For you, always. I'll bring you the special. My manager is still shocked I'm not from some hotel school.
Evenings were their time. Daiki would return from work, and Mizuki would already be in the kitchen.
How was your day? The usual chaos?
Better. Kenta stopped asking about the heiress and just asks when you'll send more food.
Tell him I'll make a lunch for him tomorrow. He's been a good friend.
And often, Yui would visit, the tension between sisters long dissolved into shared laughter.
I brought a cake from the bakery I'm working at. It's lopsided, but I'm learning.
It's perfect. Come, sit. Daiki was just about to tell us about the office drama.
The coffee table, once scattered with secrets, now held board games and half-finished crossword puzzles. On a cool Saturday, they walked to the park where they'd first sat together after the confessions.
Remember right here? You kissed me and then panicked.
I still panic. But now it's for different reasons, like when you leave your socks everywhere.
He pulled a small box from his pocket. Inside, 2 simple silver bands, etched with a tiny cherry blossom.
They're not diamonds, but they're real. Just like us.
I love them. I love you. Put it on me already.
He slid the ring onto her finger. She did the same for him, and the world around them blurred into soft focus. Back home, the torn wedding invitation was finally framed, not as a wound, but as a reminder of the night that changed everything. And on the couch, fingers laced together, they watched their favorite show, ordinary and extraordinary at once. Evenings settled over the apartment like a familiar blanket. Their eyes rested on the 2 frames, the torn invitation, carefully mended with golden lines, and the marriage registration crisp and official.
That torn invitation. It feels like a lifetime ago.
It was the night you crashed into my life. Literally.
I'm glad I knocked on your door, even though I was a complete mess.
I'm glad I opened it, even though I was half asleep and wearing a wrinkled t-shirt.
They shared a laugh, soft, intimate, a sound woven from months of shared struggle and joy.
Do you ever wonder what would have happened if you hadn't opened the door?
We'd both be lonely. Probably still eating convenience store bentos every night.
That's a sad thought. I like this ending better.
It's not an ending. It's a beginning every single day.
He leaned over and pressed a kiss to her forehead, a ritual that had become as necessary as breathing.
Thank you for choosing me. Even when it was hard.
Thank you for trusting me, even when you were scared.
Outside, the city hummed with the indifference of a million strangers. But inside these walls, that hum was a lullaby, a reminder that they were safe now.
Some people think a cancelled engagement is a tragedy.
For us, it was the start of everything.
They turned back to the wall, where the torn invitation was sealed in glass, its jagged tear catching the lamplight like a golden scar. Beneath it, the marriage registration, neat and whole, a quiet testament to the choice they had made.
I love our life.
I love you.
And as they kissed, the city outside continued its endless hum, unaware that within this small apartment, the truest love story had just reached its quiet, happy conclusion. Some cancellations are the best beginnings.